Yeah, hi, Jeff. Congratulations. And just what does that mean to you to have your jersey raised to the rafters?
Yeah, I guess it's the peak of a long journey. I mean, it's truly special. There's no doubt. Just thinking about it when they first called you, you get choked up a little bit, knowing the journey was long. I played 16 years and majority in the minors, and unceremoniously you're retired, but it kind of impacts you. And when you sit back and reflect, when an organization like Grand Rapids takes the time to put you in that light, and to be able to share with the my family and everyone back there for four great years of my life and my career. So it is truly special.
How would you describe yourself just as a player? You were undrafted, had to kind of work your way through up the ranks there. Just how would you describe yourself as a player and just your journey throughout your pro career?
I guess always my buddy shot me a text. He's like, "Man, you're underrated." I guess with that little chip of uh, you know, just a guy that would never quit. I guess wasn't drafted, wasn't supposed to really get a game, wasn't supposed to play that long, and always willing to give a little extra, always coachable, and just a kind of relentless of never wanting it to end. I guess was my approach to it. So um, as a player, I would just do the little things and take pride in that. And even today as a coach, those are the kind of the details of the game that I try to preach in the kids, that everybody can work on that Michigan move and do all the fancy plays. But at the end of the day, it's those little things that matter. And I took pride in those.
Imagine the Calder Cup championship, the highlight of your time here with the Griffins. Just what are looking back on that? What are your memories of that?
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly a unique year. It was a lockout year to begin, and really after you come back from Germany, you're kind of set for that coming to an end, and to embrace that role as in a leadership position when Blashill brought me in for a tryout, and to be there with Nathan Page and Tristan Grant and Brendan Evans, just a core group of older guys, and really embrace that role of working with the top prospects in the Red Wings organization, and to be impactful but positive, and for it to not just turn into a development year, but to be able to title it as a champion, all said and done. It was special, knowing those days are few and far between if you have a journey like I did.
And what did it mean to you to be named captain right away there your first year?
Well, I mean, being a leader, being a captain, it was I'd wore letters at various points. I was a captain in San Antonio, which we were at the bottom of the league, but it was a learned process of by that point of the year, you just become who you are, and as myself, and there was really no pressure. Like sometimes you get that leadership, and you feel you have to do more than you should, and I think at that point, after being around Chara and Shane Doan, and I was always really really receptive in the dressing room, and even at camp there, in Detroit, I was by Datsuk at one point, and uh, you know who is Zetterberg, just watching these guys, how they interact just naturally and calm. And, I embraced it at that point, and, I was surrounded by a core group of other veterans too. So I took pride in that.
Thanks, Jeff.
All right.
Just curious, you've got four boys, two of whom you had when you started your career in Grand Rapids. Quinn was born while you were playing here. What do they remember, if anything, about your time in Grand Rapids, and what do they think about their dad being honored this Saturday?
Yeah, I don't know if they know the significance of it all. I mean, I think they think about the ice cream shop there in Grand Rapids. There's still a lot of Rapids merchandise and jerseys around our house. So, I guess that's something to have a conversation with them as we get going, what they remember the most. But they learned to skate there with the guys, Glendenny and Sheehan and Tatar, even Nyquist were on the ice with them. So I don't know if they remember those guys, those moments as much as I do watching them. But I'm certainly looking forward to bringing them back.
And what will it mean for you to have, your wife and your parents and 3 of your boys here on Saturday to witness this?
Yeah, it's special, no doubt. It's always been a we thing, this isn't a me thing, and it's not just we as a family. It's we as the team and the organization, and it means a lot. My parents, they don't travel too much. They're in a small town in Canada, so they're kind of last minute, getting organized for this, and yeah, to share this with them is right up there with, every good moment along the way.
Yeah, Jeff, appreciate your time. Is there a defining moment in your career that you can look back on that kind of changed you for the better?
I'm not too sure if there's one moment. You remember your first NHL game. You remember some interactions with coach. Todd McClellan was my first pro coach, and my first NHL game was at Joe Louis Arena, and he was the assistant coach. And I just remember him looking over, and it was one of those ones where he had always told me, if you keep grinding, you'll get a chance, and that was pretty special. But I think I savored every day. They talk about play every day like it's your last, and kind of a cliche, but I was, every year was kind of a, where are you going to sign, who are you going to play for, and so I think being able to have your jersey retired and look back, like, man, it was a success when every day you're just trying to do a little bit more. So yeah, I can't think of one defining moment. Just kind of getting better every step of the way if I could.
Appreciate it.
All right.
Yeah, Jeff, just to follow up a little bit, from your time in the NHL, you mentioned your NHL debut. Was there anything, any other moments that stand out, or what did you take from that, from your time there, that you brought into Grand Rapids with you as far as lessons learned?
Yeah, well, I mean, it went from kind of a dream come true. That first game, you're looking around the ice. Obviously, the Red Wings were still stacked, and you're on the ice with all those guys. And I think it was just realizing you're one of them almost. If you always, there was always some doubt, like, should I be here? And by the end of the career, you're like, hey, I've been there, I've done that, I've been in situations, and I think it helped me relay to the young prospects coming up that they were all more talented than I was, but to be able to share with them that there's highs and lows in the game, and just to keep working towards those goals. So
Thanks.
Hey, Hogan, how you doing, man?
Hey, good. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm sorry if you touched on this already. I'm a little bit late to the party here. What I remember specifically is toward the end of your Griffins tenure, how hands-on you were as a leader. I remember you giving pointers to guys and kind of going over the finer points of things, be it a Tyler Bertuzzi or just certain guys. You made sure that they knew what it was like to be a professional hockey player. As you get this honor here, do you feel that it's more than just your impact on the stat sheet, and you're also being recognized for all the things you did off the ice as well?
Yeah, I think that became the role, and embraced it at the end. Early on, everyone's trying to make the NHL, and you get veteran guys that are, they're getting a few games here and there, but are still thinking a little bit, I want to get there. And by the end of my career, no doubt, you see a Bertuzzi, Larkin was there briefly, but Sheehan, Tatar, Nyquist, and I just think of all those guys. That we had a lot of, fantastic prospects, and I've seen prospects fizzle out too in other organizations, and you want to be hands-on, you want to lead by example, you want to be the first in the gym. Hey, there's a 35-year-old in the gym lifting right now, and if he's doing it, why can't I do it? So certainly words are words, but when you can perform and finish your hits and do the little things, and have them take pride in doing the same thing, because they had the talent, and if they can do the little things, they're going to have long careers, and you're seeing that with a lot of those guys now.
And this is my last one for you. And like I said, I apologize too if you touched on this one, but your entire career in Grand Rapids, when you looked up on that wall, there was only one retired number on that wall. And to see your name go up, for this franchise that hasn't honored many players this way, how do you sum that up? How do you put that into words?
Yeah. I guess you can't. I mean, Trav, he taught my kids to skate there at Southside, and there's a guy who's represents the community, represent being a Griffin, and but you think of all those players that have been through. It's it's a little, you say humbling, but it is. There's so many great players that have been through there, and to be recognized, as a key component of that organization is it's special. So yeah, I'm going to enjoy the moment for sure.